Hello, Isabel. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. So, the first question I have for you is your full name and your year and your current Accra college you're rowing at.
Okay. My name is Isabel Albaitis. I am a senior at Grand Valley State, and I'll be graduating this spring.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your experience before rowing at Grand Valley and your experience rowing at Grand Valley.
So I started rowing at Grand Valley. Before that, in high school, I played field hockey and water polo.
Oh,
And then I joined the team as a freshman and saw a good amount of success freshman year, but that got cut short due to COVID. And then sophomore year, the first half was like just not like we didn't have practice or anything like that because of like COVID restrictions, everything like that. And then the second half was some inter squad racing that we like my squad did well in, but I really wasn't really sure like how that stacked up around like other teams. Junior year was the first year that I was able to compete like the full year. We went to Charles. We had a sixth place finish out of 40. And then later that year went on to win Accra in the varsity women's 8.
wow, that's awesome. So when did you decide you wanted to pursue competitive rowing post college?
Well, okay, so I wasn't sure that if that was even like an option until around my sophomore year, when I saw one of our alum, Audrey Barson, she started to race post college, and I saw that and I was like, wow, like we like people who come from this program, that is a thing that we can do
Mhm.
college. So I didn't even know about it until about then, but ever since then it's been on my mind, and throughout the years I've been kind of toying with the idea. I'm like, okay, do I want to do this? Do I really want to go forward in competing post college? And it was really during my experience this summer with the U23 program
Mhm.
that I thought like this is a realistic goal for me.
Mhm. Cool. So you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but what specific steps did you take in order to try to make this goal happen? So tell us more
So
about the U23.
okay. Yeah, so I started researching U23 programs my sophomore year, and at that point I knew I had the speed, at least on the erg, that was like a measurable like metric that I could point to and say, I know that this will help me at least get into a program.
Mhm.
But at that point, I hadn't had any real racing experience in the spring. So I just continued to research my programs and I applied at the end of my junior year to a handful of programs. And I had an incomplete list of programs that I knew about and knew that like they had produced successful athletes. And I was looking at Canadian Henley results and summer national results. And I basically just ranked a list and applied to a few of them. And I ended up getting into my top choice program, and I ended up going to Vesper this summer.
Mhm.
And it was there that I was able to like really race and train in a whole new environment. I learned how to push myself in new ways that I didn't know like I was physically and mentally capable of. And at that point, I thought, okay, this is now I've made it into a high performance U23 program. And I still think I could probably do this realistically outside of college. So coming back to Grand Valley, I just took that mentality and took that mindset, and really I'm way more focused this year on my training and optimizing that and optimizing my improvements, and just really taking a lot more things seriously.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what steps, if you know any specific steps between now and when you graduate, do you have to do in order to pursue your goal of going to high performance?
I would say at my time left here at Grand Valley, really just putting in work every single day and making sure that I'm on track to hit these certain PRs, hit these certain goals that I have while I'm still here. And I still have one more summer left of eligibility for U23 programs. So this summer I will be doing my research again, applying to a few programs, and I'm gonna see what is going to work for me. And from there, at the end of summer, transition into like a high performance like senior program.
Okay, yeah. So like what is a typical winter training week for you all at Grand Valley?
Okay. Yeah, so basically it's quite a bit of steady state. We do AT workouts twice a week, but it's practices are once a day. And we'll do our steady state erg, and then we'll lift, and we'll lift 4 times a week. And then the days that we do our AT work, we don't have to lift those days. But it's a pretty lengthy winter season, because it goes from like the beginning of November to around the beginning, sometimes middle of March, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of erging and a lot of just staying inside the whole winter. Yeah.
Okay. So my last question is, what makes you most excited about eventually trying to go to high performance?
Yeah, so I'm really excited about just learning more about rowing, about how I can improve. I still feel like I consider myself like very new to the sport, like even though like I'm competing at a high performance, like I still have only been doing this for 3.5 years. Like I was a walk-on my freshman year. Like I still feel like I have so much to learn, and like I'm just getting started. So I'm excited to see like what I can do and how far I can go with this.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time, Isabel. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will look forward to talking to you soon about maybe eventually getting an interview when you are at high performance.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.